Evening all, and welcome to episode 32 of season 8 of Factory Town, where I'm recording this episode a little while after the previous one. The previous one hasn't actually gone up yet, so I haven't seen any comments on that one yet. But I wanted to record this because I have a bit of time, and I want to do something major-ish. I want to rearrange the towns. I want to change them so they're a little bit different to how it goes. The way I had figured this was we were going to have basically 5 towns. We've got the one here, we've got 2 there, and then we're going to have 2 on the other side, and that was our rail. But we then need access to like knowledge. We also need somewhere where we're going to have forestry, but we can't put the towns in because we are only allowed a maximum of 5 town centres. Unless that changes at some point in the future, I don't know. But what I want to do is essentially change up the layout so that there is a rail going around the outside on a giant square, and then we have spaces for 8 towns. So say this is town number 1 and it's in the centre. We go over here, we'd have a town here, and we'd have a town here, or a space for a town. There might not actually be a town centre there, but there'd be space for a town. So this is the farming one. We could have the forestry town here, but the forestry town we're not actually concentrating on, so it won't have a town centre. Then we come down here and we have like the industry and processing and industry. And then we come along this way. You can see I've already planned out that should be where the other town goes, if my calculations are correct, from this town to that town. So that'll be where another town is. And then you go over here, there'll be another town there, down here, another town there, and that's your 8 towns in the square. And then the outside rail will just go round the whole square. It'll do what it's doing now. It'll go up and around there. And I feel as if that would work better, because it means we've got allocated space for everything, and there will be a space in the center where I can put whatever, like the steam power could go in the center if we needed to. And then we have all the space for the towns laid out. So if in a future patch, because I did see on Discord it was mentioned a few times that there might be a way to do infinite research to get more town halls, although that's not confirmed yet, then we could have more towns. So I kind of like that, but it does involve doing a major change, a major shuffle. So we need to move this whole town over. Not too difficult. And this whole town over, again, not too difficult. We haven't got a great deal going on here. I could just turn off the belts and let everything, all production, come to a halt. But what I need to do is I need to buy some more land. I also might move this town centre just up to here, because of spacing. I think that's what that one is. I think I planned that because otherwise it's down here, and the edge of the town might be just in the water. So we will see. I will figure it out. I'm not going to do it on camera because it's going to just be a lot of waiting for stuff to happen. But what I am going to do is purchase all the land around our island. It's only 500 to go, so we should be good to buy all this. We found a water temple, and we found another trading post. What does that give us? Fertilizer for potatoes. Yeah. Jam for 6 fish. Not really. Dragon punch for strength book. That's good. That's good. Dragon punch is actually quite easy to make, and wouldn't involve loads of things. So we might well grab that one. Come over here, and that one's grabbed. So there we go. So we have all the island unlocked on the square. You see, the corners of a large island always have this random. The square corner is always just there. That's fine. We can unlock the rest of these later on because we don't need them right now. What's this? Another trade post? We've got here. Gold for elixirs. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Chicken for iron, not really. And pear juice for leather. That's okay. 2 gold for an elixir. It's pretty. Elixir requires way more than just gold. That could be useful. You might well do that. So do we have all of our temples now? Correct. Got water, air, fire, we don't have our earth temple yet. Okay, it's probably right. Oh, no, Earth. Earth is there. So yeah, we have all the temples. Okay, so we don't have to buy the outside ones if we don't want to. We will do. We will buy the whole map. I will do that. But yeah, okay, so So let me. I'm going to build the rail around the outside, and then you'll see what I mean by the size. Build around, and we'll build a couple things, and then we will come back once that's done, because this might take a little while to actually make sure I get everything in the right places. Okay, so I've made good progress, and full disclaimer, I am currently in creative mode, which I know is cheating, but this is just the road layout, almost 2,000 logs. So I kind of thought I'm just going to creative mode and put down the road layouts and be done with it. So this is a town. This is a full town right here, and it is in the corner. It is in the corner here. We have another town right here. We have another one here. We have another one here, and we have another one here. I'm just going to do the two here, well, three. But obviously I need to do things. I have destroyed a lot of resources. I destroyed like all the resources over here and went, I'll put it down, I'll do the same here again, and then realised I need some of those. So we've got a bit of iron just up here left, because I might need access to that. It might be an issue. But that's what's going to happen. Basically, we've got a town. The rail is on the outside here. It's going to have all these bits and pieces on the inside and the outside doing what it does. And then the train will go along, and we'll go to this town, and then go to that town, and go to that town, and then another one here, another one here, another one here, another one here, and it makes a loop. And we've got 8 towns. And each one is going to be a speciality. So we can have, like, the first one will be farming. The second one is just say we'll go anti-clockwise round, or the trains go anti-clockwise. Yeah, so we'll go anti-clockwise round. We should go. We might go clockwise. I don't know, whichever one. But let's just say so. This one will be farming, and then we go over here, and this one will be forestry, but it won't have a town centre because we're not concentrating on forestry. And then this one will be mining, but again won't have a town centre. We're gonna have processing down in the bottom corner here. We're going to ignore commerce. We're going to completely skip that one because we don't want one. So this one will be industry. So processing and industry will be next to each other. This one will be knowledge. We're going to do knowledge stuff, but again, won't have a town centre. Artistry. I don't think we're going to have 1, 2, 3. Well, yeah, artistry will have a town centre, and then magic will have a town centre, and then magic goes back to this one here. So that's the idea. And then in the centre, we can put in whatever we need to. There is space for a whole town down there. There is actually an 11 gap between them, which is the size of one of the grid. So we've got space in between. I was thinking of just putting like the steam down there to run the steam, so each town can have its own like steam team. We can put a steam one here for that town, one here for that one, so on and so forth. Just put 8 in there for steam going around. And that's the idea. That's kind of the idea. So I'm going to carry on laying all these towns out. So we're gonna, when we come back to actually start doing things, I'm going to have all the towns laid out like this, and I'm going to move like the industries where it needs to go and other bits and pieces. The farming I am actually going to move from here to up here, and we're going to start into that. I don't know which way is north. I can never remember. Don't they point north? The one-way system always points north. If I turn the camera, say this way, we'll go over here, then we'll grab another one way. Yeah, don't they always point north? I think they point north. They might point south. I'm getting a feeling that we actually put our farming town in the north, but then it was never known which way north was. What if I put down another town centre? See, town centres face that way, but I think if I turn the camera... No, town centres face that way. Does that way north? Or does town centres face east? I never know. How do you know which way is north, which way is up, which way is down? Actually, there is a way to do that. There is a way to do that with logic. We don't actually have logic unlocked yet, so this is big cheating, but it's fine. So I put in a logic lamp, and then we put in a agent trigger, and then we connect that to that one, and then we do the offset to there. No, the offset is 6 by 6. All right, okay, so it's 6 by 6. So if I put the offset down here, it's going to be -4 by -4. So that is down, and that is negative, and that is positive, and that is positive, which means this is north. This is north and center of the map, as far as my brain is concerned, because that's how the coordinate system works. So if it's saying minus is down here, the offset is based on where the actual trigger is, not based on like the world. So I didn't need that there. So that's saying that with the camera facing the way it's currently facing here, left and down is minus, and up and right is plus. So this would be center, and then that would be plus, and then, well, center of the map is obviously down here, but from center of the map, we're looking at the camera here. So yeah, one-way systems, I'm going to say, logistics blocks, you have one-way system. When you put one down, now it's going to face that way. Why is it going to do that? Why is a one-way system going to face? Does it remember? Does it remembers which way you currently had it facing? Okay, so that doesn't work. So it remembers which way you currently had it facing. So yeah, the best way to do it is put down an agent trigger, and then it will because even if you rotate the agent trigger, it doesn't matter. If I rotate this twice and then do the same thing, so say go down here, that'd still be minus. So yes. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the bottom corner. This is 0, 0, and then it goes up. I don't think it works that way. I'm rambling. Anyway, this is going to be the farm, and then we're going to go clockwise. So farming town here, forestry town here, mining town here, so on and so forth. So I'll be back once we've built those. And here we are, quite a while later, but the job is practically done. We have 8 even areas for towns, all laid out, all sorted out with things in different places. So starting up here, we have our farming town, where I have put 3 areas for grain. We're going to need a lot of grain because it needs animal feed and other bits and pieces there. We've got our herbs, our sugar, and our cotton over here. None of these have any affinity at the moment. Some of them have got affinity for other things, but that'll be sorted out anyway. We've got our town. So just that house is in the wrong place, so we're going to have to move that. We'll move that now. Because otherwise it's going to look wrong. Move that there. Okay, and I've got some pastures in here. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with the pastures yet. I don't know how we're going to lay them out, but they will turn up at some point. I'm kind of debating the idea of putting some water underneath and maybe having the barns above, like one above, floating above, so that they can access the water. Maybe, we'll see. But that'll go over to our trains over here, which I've slightly changed the train layout now. The trains come along and they leave, go to where they're going, and then come back on themselves. I'm not sure if I like that. I might actually change this back to be the other way, where we just have the train leave and then go back this way. But I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what we're gonna do with that yet. I'm just trying to figure out a way so that if I have stations opposite each other, I can have the pushers active either way, because we'd have a pusher here for this train, and if we had the track going off this way, we can't have pusher facing the other way as well. So yeah, it's kind of difficult. I think I offset it one before, but I don't know, I kind of figured that I could do it here instead, so I could have the train do that, and then when it rejoins it does that, and that would still allow trains to do what they're doing. It just wouldn't allow them to cross over, so a train coming out of here can't go straight on. So that's the idea behind that. I haven't really exactly figured that out yet, but we'll see. We'll see how that works. So we've got a couple of stations here. That's the food station. This is where our sugar. See, I've got some bits and pieces in here because this I've been unpausing and pausing the game in places. We have our grain going over to here, so that's getting full of grain. That's nice. We have our trains. I don't know where our trains are. Our trains are here. Start them going again. I think I told them all to stop. Start them going and get them going around. We will then come to this town, and we can access the town from either this side or this side. So I'm going to take advantage of that in certain places. This will be a forestry town. I'm not using it right now. I will put some trees in here, and anything else that uses forestry we'll put in there, and it will access. This will be a mining town. Same sort of thing. I'm going to have iron here, a bit of stone down here. We've got stone down here. And then we'll plant some later. I think you can plant stone if I'm right. I think there's prospect for stone. Tools. no... Yeah, you got place stone, which is a lot kind of omni planters, so you need to put omni planters down. So that's for a future thing. But right now we'll just have mines dotted around doing things. I've got bits and pieces poked around here, which are stations I need to sort out at some point. That's one with loads of flour in it. That's fine. We come to our processing town. So this will have obviously our train stations here. I might put one up here. I'm not sure yet. I might just stick to having like one side come in. The idea being that wood would come in here to go to these two. This is cloth, so cotton would come in here as well and go down to this one here, and then the paper and the cloth will go over to here, and cloth will also come out. Paper I think just needs to be turned into books. I don't think it needs to be turned into anything else ever, so that will just be a little internal thing. There's no point in having it come way down and then go back out again. Whereas cloth is used elsewhere, so we will have the cloth come out and then probably go down there. I'm not sure. Kind of wish I could still have everything go into the base and then from the base go out, but there's just not enough space for that. We have stone down here as well. I'm not sure whether I'm going to actually have a station over here for stone and come in this way, because again, stone brick isn't used for anything other than ourselves. So I don't even know why I'm packaging it, if I'm honest with you. But we've got it in case we need it. Here is our industry town, where we have iron here. I'm going to do iron in the 4 segments around the centre, and that will kind of go into the base, and then from the base go anywhere, because iron is used everywhere practically in the industrial part. We've got these buildings here I need to set up right now. So yeah, see, iron is used basically everywhere. So I kind of figured having the centre for having the iron go in there and iron come out, because I think it's needed elsewhere. If it needed, we will add a station for it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it's needed for things. This is a knowledge town. Obviously, this won't have a town centre, but it has things. Oh yeah, iron's needed here, so iron will have to come out and go around. There's our little fuel thing right there, right now. You're taking fuel from... I don't know where you're taking fuel from. You're taking fuel from like right up here somewhere. I don't know where it was. So I might have you actually orientate already from there. If you don't mind, just so you don't run over the map. I think you were coming to here. So then this one will be whatever is next. What's the next? The artistry, and then the top corner one will be magic. I have set this to industry. I did that in creative mode. I should probably turn that off because we've actually fulfilled the requirements for that, but it's fine for the minute. I don't think it's affecting anything right now. So this will be artistry, and this one will be magic. So our 5 towns are going to be one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. And then this one, and that one will just not have towns in it until we get town centres maybe later. There are some changes coming to towns where they grow in a different way, a much more organic state. So rather than doing the specialities like you've got, you would put a bit here, there, and everywhere, and then you'd go and establish a new town. And it's I need to have a play with the beta version of the game to find out what's going on with it, but I kind of like being surprised by it, and then figure it out with you how it all works. Got loads of towns in the centre here, and some other things just dotted around because they're just stuff we had. But yeah, I thought I would establish what we've got here and then figure out how we're going to line stuff up. So if I'm going to have the 4 centre here be iron, and everything just basically gets boxed that goes into the centre. Why do you have a nail in you? Have I mixed these up? Let's delete that. And iron and coal. You just coal. Oh, maybe I mixed them up. I don't know. This is nails. Nails will be output as well. I'm not opposed to having things not all facing the same way. As in, like my iron, I might have here, because we'll take the iron ore in and probably run it down the centre to the base, and then the iron ore will go out to wherever it needs to go to. But I'm not opposed to having like the nails on this side and then have a train station here for nails instead. But it does require iron ore as well, so it's going to have a little tap off for iron ore. So yeah, I don't think we use nails for anything. They do need to be exported because they need to be sold. Memory serves. They are an item that gets sold, so we do need to export them for sale. So and they need to be for reinforced planks. Reinforced planks are being made here, directly opposite them. So we're going to output them to reinforced planks here, and then probably upgrade this barn to do more. Or yeah, we need to repackage them, but we also need to store stuff for ourselves, so we need lots of reinforced planks for ourselves. There may be some odd barns dotted around in places that are just taking goods and storing them for ourselves, because I don't really want to upgrade this barn to have like 100 or 250 reinforced planks, because then it'd have 250 planks, iron and nails in it, and I suppose that wouldn't be a terrible thing. Whereas if I put a second barn in and like put it next to it, that'd be fine. But then I can't put it there because that's where the magic thing is going to go for boosting these when we come to boost them. The boosts. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, but this might end up facing the other way or whatever. I don't know. The nails come out here and they'll probably end up going this way to a station here, along with the reinforced planks, because they get sold as well. So what do we got here? We have got iron wheels. Now that's just for us. Gears, I think, are just for us as well. No, gears go into that one there. Okay, so if this is just for us, this is going to be set on the edge somewhere out the way. I'm going to put it like over here somewhere, just completely out of the way. Okay, and then we've got these two here, which both need iron as well. And this is what I mean by everything basically needs iron. So if I set this one here and then move these there, we can have the gears be made and then transported straight over to there. We don't need to box them up necessarily because we have enough. This has been upgraded all the way already, so we can store 500 belts, but does store 250 gears. That's okay because this is only storing 50 gears. We could in fact just not store gears at all. I don't think they use anything. I think these use wheels. I don't think they use gears. I wouldn't mind unlocking the half of the drill actually. Behind half of the drill research, which is 2000 industrial. Because the half of the drill is pretty good. Although we've already got mines, the half of the drill is basically a very quick miner. So we don't need that. Deep mining would be useful, but then that's only for places we have. We're not actually putting them down. So I'm going to hold off on the research for a minute. But yeah, but I don't think we need to store gears. So I might just not have them be stored. I might have them come out and just go off. Let's come out and go this way. But then I suppose storing 50, but then we're storing 150 here. But then we could always not store them. Yeah, we can have them. No, I'll leave it. We'll leave it stored. So yeah. So right. So let's figure this out. So we're gonna get stored. I'm saying stored. Boxed. We can get boxed iron ore coming in. No, yeah, boxed iron ore coming in from a train station here. So let's grab a train station even, which we have here somewhere. So this one's got all sorts of stuff stored to it, which is a bit weird because that's actually wrong. This shouldn't have all these stored into it. I don't know why it has. It doesn't need packed iron. I don't know why it's got iron ore in it. That's weird. We want one like this one, for instance, which is just going to store iron ore and coal. They're the big things that go into the plate. So let's turn those off. Oh. And let's just have a oh no, it's boxed. It's boxed. It won't run around. Right, so we'll move all that into that one there, and then we'll move it down. So what I want to do is I want to copy this that doesn't have an overlay on it. So I want this one. Although that's an unloader. These are a loader. So we want an unloader, don't we? Yes. We want to copy this rail. We want to put it on the inside. And it wants to go there. Which involves removing some of this stuff. I've tried to resist removing lots of resources. I did that originally. I started removing resources just willy-nilly here and there. And that was a bad thing because we might need them. We might need the resources. Okay, so this is going to be iron and coal. Okay. How you doing? Good. Right. Turn that off. Let's get rid of that coal in there so we don't have any more wackoness happen. And let's in fact turn off these two so I don't get myself confused at a later date. I think I turned everything on here so that more flour could come out because flour was stored on the belts. So. Okay, boom, there we go. So you're going to get coal and iron into you, and you need to send the coal and iron down to here to the base. And then from the base it's going to be distributed to wherever it's going. We are going to tap into it here, however, and have a little offset come out into here, and then we need to figure out how to do things. We need to package it and unpackage it here, but that'll be at a later date. Right now I'm just going to go run you down here, and bear in mind this needs to go up. There was at least one, wasn't it, that lets caravans through? Yeah, got to go up to there, which means if I want to put something above it, it's got to be here. Another thing I've discovered as well is if you take an arch and put it on top of the base, it's great, you can run on top of it. You can't delete it. You've got to move the base from underneath it. The base actually has one extra tile above it, which is the click point. So you have to at least move it up by one. That's fine. But if you have it one lower than that, when you press X, you can't click it to delete it. It just selects the base. So yeah, bear that in mind. Okay. So you want to go up by one like so. Like this. There is a lag going on here. Can you see that stutter? I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. There is a lag going on. Why is there a lag going on? What's happened? Usually caused by trains being stuck. Let's try that. Our train's going. Stop. 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 No, we've got a stutter somewhere. Probably will be fixed with a save and reload, because this has been running for quite a while. I've been playing for quite a while, so yeah, there's that one. Run this one along. Can't afford, don't have enough metal conveyor belt. Wow, we need to get our metal conveyor belts going, so we're going to probably have to use cloth for some of these. Yee. Okay, so we need to get our, so that changes a few things. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually leave this here, because look at the time. I'm going to leave this here, and this is what I've done. Let me know what you think of this sort of layout. I kind of like it. Everything is laid out. Everything, we have all the squares. We just need to fill them in. We know what's going on with it. So it's all good. There's the stations I had there. I can just copy and paste that when I need to. That's how we can have it. So trains come down here, and then trains go up here. The only drawback is that they cross. So if you have multiple trains, it might cause a problem, but it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, let me know what you think of this sort of layout, and we'll come back later and take it from there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.